Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. This is Katannya, Alven speaking from London, and it's about 8, something like that, in the evening. The evenings are drawing in now, and it's been windy and pretty chilly. September the 4th it is. Okay, I've got quite a lot to be going on with because I've missed a big chunk of time, probably about a week and a half, because I've been sorting out my packing, getting some stuff into storage with the help of somebody, which is wonderful. So just haven't had the time and actually even the energy after the putting the stuff in the storage. However, here we've had such a lot going on both in America and in the UK. So I'm starting with America. Here's DOJ IG report, Comey violated FBI policies in handling of Trump memos. So let's start with that. But I've also got a very interesting view on by the Quantum Shift at Dr. Sam Mugzzi and Kent Dunn about the Hurricane Dorian and why and what its intention is. But who is behind this is the question. The other thing I've got is the change of timelines, and why I want to mention that is because we really are changing timelines, as I mentioned before, and some people have said we're already in the 5th dimension, but there are some that will be in the 3rd dimension still. Now, if you want to be in a happier, more joyful place for these next 12 years and on from that, then it's very important you clean out your own personal swamp, okay? And if you look in the description box, you'll see the website, which is Transform Your Life from Stress to One of Joy, Health and Abundance. And above that, I think it's above that, you've got the Metamorphosis event. Now, do go and have a look at that. Do go and listen to what Leslie's saying. And I'm sure you will resonate with going. And so if you can, book your place, get your ticket, making that space to do that. Because when we understand so much more of our internal and also the frequency that every thought and feeling takes us into, you will realize that we're at this point where, in a way, there's a divide going on. We either go down into the lower frequencies or we're going to go up into the higher frequencies and live a much happier life of joy and wellness and putting things to rights and what have you. So I do earnestly say, do have a look at that. But also, of course, the links that I'm going to play you.
The DOJ Inspector General releasing a report on James Comey Thursday, finding the former FBI director violated bureau policies in his handling of memos on his private meetings with President Trump. The president's supporters calling it the tip of the iceberg of alleged anti-Trump bias at the FBI as we await 2 more DOJ reports on alleged FISA abuse and the origins of the Russia investigation. Let's bring back Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs. Congressman, let's start there. Your reaction to the Inspector General's findings on James Comey.
Well, I thought it was very interesting because Mr. Comey had been indicating that he was kind of above the fray, but we know actually he was right in the middle of it. He confirmed that he leaked information to a friend to get it to a New York Times reporter because he wanted to manipulate the appointment of a special counsel, which started the whole the whole Mueller investigation, which is basically tried to put a damper on the Trump presidency. And I just felt like when you read it, it was nothing surprising there. It was what we anticipated. But I think Mr. Comey basically is just dodging and weaving, and I don't think he understands fully what he did was even wrong. And that's a real problem, to realize that the very top guy at the FBI does not acknowledge his problems and what he did was wrong. He's defending it and he feels he should be apologized to. It was actually audacious in many respects.
I think he said such an important thing, because over the last generations say, I would say from the 60s, because in the 1957 there was a quiet weapons for silent wars, and one of them was to really indoctrinate people and the youngsters and change their moral code. And I think this is exactly what you're seeing here, in many examples. But this doesn't even know that he's done anything wrong or untoward or against his country or what, doesn't even know it. So let's go on.
More reports to come. What are your expectations for Inspector General Michael Horowitz's report on DOJ's handling of the Russia probe, which sounds like could come any day?
Yeah, we anticipate that's going to come probably mid-September, and I anticipate that we're going to see some very stark revelations of manipulation of the whole system for political purposes. And when you see that happen, that's when I think you're going to see references or referrals for indictments, and I think you're going to actually see some indictments. I hope you do, because this is trying to take down a sitting president is absolutely outrageous. It's essentially a coup attempt, and that's what we saw happening here.
Right. Now here, let's see what's here, because this is FISA report will lead to indictments. Let's see. And here it says, the Justice Department released a scathing report on former FBI Director James Comey's release of notes on conversations he had with President Trump. And Inspector General Michael Horowitz said there was no evidence that Comey or his attorneys released any of the classified information to members of the media. But he did fault Comey for his retention, handling and dissemination of certain memos, saying it violated the Department of FBI policies. The report concluded that Comey failed to live up to his responsibilities and set a dangerous example for FBI employees. On Twitter, Comey took shots at his critics who have said he should go to prison. DOJ found no evidence that Comey or the attorney released any of the classified information contained in any of the memos, and members of the media, I don't need a public apology from those who defamed me, but a quick message with a sorry, we lied about you would be nice. Oh, that's James Comey. Interesting. Comey is also a possible target of Horowitz's investigation into the alleged foreign intelligence surveillance. Rudy Giuliani, Trump's personal lawyer, said on Fox News that Comey should go to prison for lying to the FISA courts. Right. Now we're going to change the subject. That's interesting, and it will go on to the hurricane. Now, many of you might not have seen Quantum Shift before. Dr. Sam Mugzzi is talking with Kent Dunn. I think it's probably every week that they have a show on. It's for 2 hours. They cover a lot of stuff.
So your biological needs, what you're creating in your head for yourself, and changing timelines is really, really important for your future.
Okay, she's saying what I've just said. As we're changing timelines, and what is in your head is really, really important for your future. Yes, absolutely.
Correct. Okay, so let's get into this, because I want to talk about Dorian pounding the Bahamas, and I want to explain what's really going on. Now, like I said, we started this, let's just say there are at least 7 levels of knowledge right here, if not 11. So at first thought, the sheeple are going to think, oh, there's a storm. Then there's going to be people looking at this going, that doesn't look right. And then there are people that are actually going to dig and want to know the truth. So as far as I know, and I'm not saying I have it all, because this is a very layered operation that's taking place, but we talked about this on the show. that there are times when the white hats are going to need water to take out the deep state, their nuclear bases, and their operations. So if you look, the Dorian hurricane has now been in place for about probably 40-something hours, just staying in the same place.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
Right. Because it's destroying the deep underground bases. It is actually destroying the pedophilia routes that Disney and the cruise lines are using to take children over to the Bahamas. If you understand Dorian and go with gematria, Dorian and QAnon have the same number. Dorian is QAnon.
Okay,
Right. Okay, that's very interesting. Of course, it'll go in the description box. And finally, I decided to do a very quick search to see what is going on at GITMO and with Seavine. So she said, here, this was, I believe, 4 weeks ago, and the title is Week of GITMO Pandemonium, Tribunal Analysis. So just to keep you in touch.
Pentagon. The men charged has loaded onto their server, originally obtained from the Department of Defense Office of Military Commission's website. Please take the time to download each one and maybe print them out. Be aware that these are many hundreds of pages. Excuse me. For those who are new here, the United States versus Khalid Sheikh Mohammed et al. Are the pre-trials of 5 alleged al-Qaeda members for aiding the September 11, 2001 attacks. Charges were announced by Brigadier General Thomas W. Hartman on February 11, 2008 at a press conference at the Pentagon. The men charged are Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, Walid bin Atash, Ramzi bin al-Shabi, Amar al-Balushi, and Mustafa Ahmad al-Awasi. Please note, because of the great length and detail of the proceedings, we will bring only the highlights of the week, an in-depth analysis of one particular significant day, which is July 24th. We will briefly cover all the other situations of note. Detailed information can be found in the transcript and made available for your download below and for your convenience. This past week will be of historical significance because much of notation went down, not only within the tribunal settings itself, but peripheral happenings that work together in tandem.
Right. All I can say is things are happening. If anyone thinks that nothing is going on, there's a tremendous amount going on. So deal with your own situations. Keep an eye on what's going on globally in as many of the honest, and there are a lot of honest people being tremendous citizen journalists. I can't qualify myself as a citizen journalist, but I'm slowly getting there. But this planet is changing. This planet is rising up in frequency, and like a spinning machine, the muck is being thrown out, and we have to see the muck. Lots of other news going on, but that's it for now, folks. Okay, God bless, stay well, and stay joy-filled, literally as joy-filled as you can. So that's Katannya Alven saying, God bless, bye-bye.